Hi dear students, welcome back to computer science class. We have already discussed basic SQL commands like create and insert. We know create is a DDL command which is used to create a database object, and we are mainly dealing with database object table, and we have used a command for creating a table in student with 3 columns. You know the command, right? You know the SQL command. It's like what? Create table student, then in parenthesis we'll specify column name and its data type, like roll number integer comma name varchar 220 comma marks integer, finally closing parenthesis semicolon. So a table structure will be created in the database without any row, right, without any data. So how to insert data? We are using DML command insert, right? Insert into student values, and in parents we will provide the values like 1 comma Arun comma 100. So Arun must be in double quotes, finally closing semicolon, and one row will be inserted, and at a time we can insert only one row in a table. The logic is very simple. At a time we can sign in or sign up as a single user, right, with using a single interface. So we can insert only one row. If you want to insert 5 rows, you need 5 SQL commands, right? So today, in today's session, we have 3 very important SQL statements, SQL commands: select, delete and update. Select, update and delete. We know select, even after inserting or even after updating, deleting, we cannot see the table, we cannot view the table. So select is one of the most commonly used SQL commands to view the table, to see the status of the table, right? So that is the first command, select. It retrieves. Actually select command is used to retrieve. Retrieve means take back, getting, okay? Retrieve 0 or more rows as a result of SQL what select statement. It is used to retrieve 0 or more rows, 0 or more records from a table, and it is the most commonly used DML command. You know, what select is a DML command. All these are DML commands. Actually we are going to manipulate the data in the table. So all this comes under what? DML, subset of SQL commands. Okay, then it uses, select uses 2 clauses, mainly 2 clauses, where and order by. You know, where we are applying where clause just for restricting the rows to be retrieved. We are coming to it. Okay, example. Then we have order by. Order by means making in some order, either in ascending order or descending order. You know the orders, okay? Ascending, increasing order; descending order, decreasing order. So these are the 2 clauses used with select statement. One is where. Where actually uses to restrict the number of tuples to be retrieved, tuples to be displayed, right? Then order by is used to make the record to be retrieved in some specific order, either in ascending or descending order, increasing or decreasing order. And here is the syntax: to retrieve all columns, select start from table name. You must note the star. Star indicates all columns, not all rows. Okay, if you want to retrieve all columns as a result of select statement, you have to use star. Another possibility is, what will be that? You have to specify all columns, right? Instead of star, you can specify all columns. So which one is a better option? Using star. So star indicates all columns, not all rows. Okay, so select star from table name retrieves all columns, to display all columns from the table. Okay, we have an example here: select star from student. So when you select star from student, we know the syntax is select star from table name. Here we have what? Our table name is student. So select star from student, display or retrieve all columns and all rows from the table student. So here is the resultant table. Okay, here is the resultant table of this select star from student. We will have roll number, name and marks as these are the columns. Okay, these are the columns in the actual table student. So by using star we can retrieve all the columns, okay, and all the rows as well. 1 Arun 95, 2 Alina 100, 3 Tom 99 and 4 Aditya 90. Okay, so another possibility, I have written only this select star. Okay, I want to display only roll number and name. How can we change this SQL commands to get roll number and name only? Only 2 columns. We are not selecting, we are not retrieving all the columns. We select only 2 rows, 2 columns. Okay, roll number and name. How? How will it be? Select in the place of star. We give the column names, right? Select roll number comma name. Select roll number comma name from student. So in the resultant table we will have only roll number and name. We won't have any marks. We won't have this column marks in the resultant table. Okay. So this way you can apply select. There are two possibilities. One is you can apply star. Star indicates all the columns. If you want to retrieve all the columns, you can use star. Then if you do not want to retrieve, if you do not want to display all the columns, you want to display only some of the columns, like we did roll number and name. We are discarding what? Marks. Okay. At the time you can give select roll number comma name from student. Select roll number comma name from student, discard marks, which includes only roll number and name. Okay. Now we are looking at the clauses used with select statement. We know we can use here we have only two clauses. One is where and the second is order by. Okay. So you know the application of what where clause. We have an example here. Select star from student where marks equal to 100. Select star from student where marks equal to 100. What will be the result of select star from student? Which display all the columns, right? All the columns and all the rows. Even though star indicates all the columns, the result of this statement will print all the rows as well. Okay? Yeah. So select star from student prints this table, but we are restricting the tuples to be selected, to be displayed. Okay? Just by applying where clause. Where marks equal to 100. Select star from student where marks equal to 100. What will be the result? Here is our master table. What will be the result? How many rows will be displayed? How many columns will be displayed? 3. Because it is star. In the master table we have how many columns? 3 columns. Roll number, name and marks. So here in this where clause as well, where in this where clause it prints what? 3 columns. But it won't print all the rows. Because we have restricted the tuples. We have restricted the rows to be what? Selected. To be displayed. Applying where clause. Where marks equal to 100. And the result of this SQL command will be, it display the details of all the students who have scored marks 100. Right? And here you can see only one student who has scored what? 100 marks. That is Alina. So what will be the resultant table? There will be only one row. There will be only one row in the resultant table of this SQL command, that is to Alina 100, because that is the only student who has scored 100 marks. So only this will be printed. We know in the master table we have 4 rows, right? But applying this where clause for marks equal to 100, it prints only one row, that is to Alina 100 will be the only row in the resultant table. Okay? It won't make any change in the table because it is simply select. We are simply retrieving data. We are simply fetching data from the original table. So it won't make any change in the original table. We are simply displaying. Okay, we are simply displaying. Yeah. And the second is, and we know, yeah, where is used to restrict the number of tuples to be selected, where the number of rows to be selected. We have restricted the number of rows is 1 here, right? For what marks equal to 100. If we are not specifying what this where clause, the resultant table will be what the original table itself. Okay, there won't be any changes. Yeah. But here we have applied where marks equal to 100. So to Alina 100 will be the only row in the resultant table. Okay. Yeah. Then we are moving to order by clause. Order by, we know order by means we have 2 orders. We are arranging the data in the table either as ascending or descending. Either in increasing order or in decreasing order. Okay? Yeah. So here also it is starting with what? Select star from student. Order by marks ASC. We know there are 2 orders, ASC and DESC. ASC stands for ascending order and DESC stands for descending order, and the default order is ASC. What do you mean by default order? Even though we don't specify either ASC or DESC, it will be taken as ASC. Okay, we can end with like what? Select star from student, order by marks. Order by marks semicolon. It will be taken as what? Select star from student, order by what marks? ASC. Okay, meaning here we can avoid ASC. But if you want to make it in descending order, you must have the keyword DESC at the end. Okay, you must have the keyword DESC. And if you want to make it as ASC, either you can add ASC or you can avoid adding ASC. Okay, because ASC, ascending, is a default order. Default order means you can avoid it. Even though you have avoided it, it will be taken as ASC. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So select star from student, order by marks. And after order by, we are giving what? Marks. We are what? Making an order based on the column marks. Right? Column marks. ASC. What will be the order? Increasing order, right? Ascending order. So what will be the result? In the resultant table, it follows the same structure, okay, and as the first row, what will the value in the first row? That is for Aditya 90. That is the least marks, right? Student who has scored least marks. Yeah. So for Aditya 90 will be the first row. Then 1 Arun 95 will be the second row. Then 3 Tom 99 will be the third row, and last row 2 Alina 100. Increasing order. 90 comes first. 95 second, 99 third, and 100 last. Okay, it's based on ascending, increasing order. Suppose we are just modifying it to select star from student, order by marks DSC. Order by marks DSC. What will be the result? It will be what? Arranged in descending order or in decreasing order. Okay, the biggest value comes first. That is 2 Alina 100 will be the first value, 3 Tom 99 will be the second value, 1 Arun 95 will be the third value, third row, and 4 Aditya 90 will be the last row. Okay, meaning it will be printed in, displayed in what? Decreasing order. Okay, that means the biggest comes first. Okay, yeah. So these are the two different ways of applying order by clause. Order by means arranging the elements in some specific order, either in ascending or descending. ASC and DESC are the two keywords used with order by clause, and just after order by we are giving name of a column. Okay, here we are arranging the elements in the table student based on marks. Okay, the column marks, and we can apply either ASC or DSC. ASC is the default order. Okay, default order in the sense, even though if when we avoid any like order by marks, we are ending with order by marks semicolon. Okay, at the time it will be taken as ASC. That is a default. Okay, that is a default order, and if you want to make it as DSC, you have to add DSC. Okay, and we have seen the examples as well. Yeah. Now we can move on to, this is how we can apply select. Okay, we know select is the most commonly used DML command used to retrieve 0 or more records from a table. The result may be 0. Okay, and you can apply this in different formats. We will discuss it later. Okay, yeah, we have so many variations of this select command. Okay, select statement. Okay, in SQL. Yeah, so select can be applied in two ways. Two clauses, applied to two clauses. Where and order by. Where is used to restrict the rows to be selected, and order by is used to arrange in some specific order, either in ascending or descending order. Okay, yeah. Then star means all columns. Okay, then next one is update. You know what update is? We have seen the difference between update and alter, right? Alter is a DDL command and update is a DML command. Update is a DML command used to update the value, right? Update the data value. Modify records in a database or in a table, simply in a table. Okay, here is the syntax: update table name set. Update table name, we are updating a table, right? So update table name set, column name equal to value where condition. Okay, it seems to be somewhat complex, difficult, but when we move on to the example, it will be very easy for you. Okay, yeah. So update student set marks equal to 100 where roll number equal to 3. Okay, let's take this as our master table. Update student, we are updating student, simple logic. Okay, it's simply straightforward. Okay, update student, how we are updating? Just by setting marks as 100. Okay, suppose we are set marks equal to 100 where roll number equal to 3. What happens? Actually, that statement updates the marks of student having roll number as 3 to 100, right? 3 to 100. That means 3 Tom 99. That is, this 99 will be what? Modified, will be updated to 100. So in the resultant table, when you try to select it, okay, 1 Arun 95, 2 Elena 100, 3 Tom 99 is already changed to 100, 3 Tom 100, right? Then 4 Aditya 90. Okay, so the change is reflected. We have made the updation only to the student who is having roll number 3. Suppose we are ending what here, okay, the statement here, that is update student set marks equal to 100. Suppose we don't have this where roll number equal to 3, what happens? We don't have where roll number equal to 3. Actually, we are applying where to restrict. If you do not apply where, what happens is there won't be any restriction, there won't be any limitation. The change or anything will be reflected to the entire table, right? The entire column or the entire table. So update student set marks equal to 100. What will be the result? All the marks, meaning marks of all the students, will be set to 100. Like 1 Arun 100, 2 Alina 100, it's already 100, 3 Tom 100, 4 Aditya 100. Meaning all will be marks will be set to 100. Okay. So here we are not applying what to all the students, because there may not be what any logic in, okay, we can't find any logic. So we are updating student just by setting marks as 100 of those student who is having roll number 3. Okay, we have seen the difference as well, right? Okay, then the last command is delete. We know what delete is. Delete is used to delete one or more records. Okay, delete command is used to delete one or more records from a table. Delete one or more records or rows. Here is the syntax: delete from table name where condition. Okay, where can be applied with any of these DML commands. Okay, here we have an example: delete from student where marks equal to 90. What happens? There is a master table. Okay, delete from student where marks equal to 90. What happens is it searches for what? Marks 90. Okay, here we have one marks 90. So for Aditya 90 will be deleted, meaning just after that we will have only 3 rows in the table, that is 1 Arun 95, 2 Alina 100 and 3 Tom 99, and 4 Aditya 90 will be removed from the master table, from the original table. Okay, so this is how we can apply delete command. Then variation of delete from student. Suppose just like ending this statement, the entire statement by this, with this, we have seen the difference, right? The same way here we are terminating delete from student. Here what happens? Delete from student, the entire data will be deleted. Okay, because we haven't restricted it to a particular row or rows. Okay, delete from student, the statement, the SQL command will delete all the rows from this table, okay. And I've already told you we have so many variations of all these commands. It is somewhat very lengthy and it's not in your syllabus, so we are just dealing with only these commands, okay, the basic commands. Okay, yeah, so let's have a quick revision of all these commands. And we have discussed DML commands in detail. Okay, and the first, select. We know select is a DML command, the most commonly used DML command, and it is used to retrieve 0 or more rows from a table, right? And it can be used with 2 clauses, where clause and order by clause. Where clause is used to restrict the number of rows to be selected, and order by is used to make the data in some order, or arrange data in some order, either in ascending or descending. ASC and DSC are the keywords used, and ASC is the default order. Okay, you know what the meaning of default is. And here is the syntax. If you want to select all the columns, we are using star. And if you do not want to use to fetch or to retrieve all the columns, you can specify the column names, right? Like select roll number comma name, and in place of star you can add what? Select roll number comma name comma marks, all the columns. Okay, there are different options. Okay, yeah, so this will be the resultant table. And applying where, select start from student where marks equal to 100, only this row will be selected because we have applied a where clause, right? So 2 Alina 100 will be the only row to be displayed in the resultant table. Okay, then order by, select start from student order by marks ASC, order by marks, just after order by, just after where clause, here it is what the column name, right? Column name adds value. Here also after order by clause we must have the column name, right? Order by marks ASC. Finally, just after what the column name we are giving the order, ascending or descending. Okay, so marks ASC. It's not marks equal to ASC. Okay, it's order by marks ASC, meaning it will be printed in ascending order or increasing order. Like for Aditya 90 will be the first, then 1 Arun 95, then 3 Tom 99, and last 1 2 Alina 100. Okay, increasing order. If it's DSC, you know the difference, right? Okay. The second one, update. Update is used to update the data records or rows. Okay, and here is a syntax. Then example, update student set marks equal to 100 where roll number equal to 3. It searches for roll number 3 and it updates the marks, any marks, to 100, right? Suppose we are terminating with marks equal to 100. What happens? It will be, the changes will be reflected in all the rows, right? The changes will be reflected in all the rows because we haven't applied were clause, we haven't added restriction, so it will be what affected to all the rows, right? Okay, then delete is used to delete one or more what records from a table. Then here is a syntax and example, delete from student where marks equal to 90. Delete from student where marks equal to 90. Okay, that is for Aditya 90 will be deleted. Suppose we are ending here, delete from student, what happens? Only what the entire row, means the entire row will be deleted. All the records will be deleted because the same way as we haven't had were clause here, what at the time the result will be reflected to all the rows. Here also the result will be reflected to all the rows. When we don't have were, actually were is applied to restrict the number of rows to be affected, right? Okay, so these are the SQL commands or DML commands to perform what selection or retrieval of data, updating, modifying data, as well as deleting data. As I've told you, there are a number of variations of applying all these commands, but we don't have those, we are not going in detail. Okay, so this is all for the time being. Just go through it, just practice it, just create your own table and perform all these operations. Okay, any number of, means you can have one column, two columns. Okay, just try it with a number of maximum number of tables and having all these operations together. Okay, just find the difference or the changes made in the table. Okay, apply select in each time. So this is all for the time being. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.